And we are live, Jib. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for coming by today. Joining us for our live stream. This is our pre-fabric sourcing live stream that we have going on today. We're actually, after today's live stream, the plan is to go and source fabric. We're going to go to 863, which is one of our favorite fabric shops. And there's some place that does both commercial fabric sourcing and you can do consumer. A lot of like small brands go there, but it's definitely set up as a professional, as a commercial level fabric sourcing place. So, we got some people in the chat already. Got Suburban Beard. Yo. What up, Josh? Gotta love Thailand. How you doing? Good morning, man. How's is it nice and cool where you're at? We're 22 today in Bangkok. Really low humidity. Steve, man, how's it going out there in the valley? Everything okay in America, Steve? What's going on, dude? People playing Dungeons and Dragons in the Capitol and shit. I woke up I guess Wednesday to the news that things were going crazy. Wednesday or Thursday, things were going crazy in the US. Oh yeah, nice and cool. Where gonna love Thailand's at. No, things are not okay in the US.
Still not okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you see what happened there, I mean, I don't think everyone's in the best of moods, right? So yeah, and we might have Mike's from Live My Ass Off dropping by today, also from Bangkok Strange. I shot him over the link because he's still getting his back worked on, and he can't sit for a long period of time. Many of you guys who have had back injuries will know the one thing you can't do is actually sit for a long time, so that bothers him. So obviously we can't do like 3-4 hour live streams, so he's gonna spend a lot of time standing, walking.
No. So you ask him to lie down on his bed and like just mount the camera like your face
above,
shoot down to his face.
He might fall asleep. So yeah, hopefully he'll come by a little bit later and we'll hang out for a bit. Twitter just suspended Trump permanent. Oh, hey, that's a step in the right direction. That is a step in the right direction. Holy 16C. Wow. I didn't know it got that cold.
Where?
So gotta love Thailand. Where are you at, man? What part of the country are you in? I think you're in the south, is that correct? Or south of Bangkok, not necessarily the south. But yeah, 16C is cool. I wouldn't mind 16C at all. And no humidity, like even
I might.
Jib will mind. Yeah. Well, Jib, you'll be able to knit and crochet yourself some sweaters and hats if it was always 16C.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Surin. Is that south or no? That's northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Surin. Isn't Surin where Ben told me all the women know black magic?
Huh? No. I think that's the city. Like people claim that they like to drink.
Oh, I thought Ben told me all the women in Surin know black magic. Where's his ex-wife from? Surin? Yeah, that's why.
No, she drink like she can drink like a professional.
Yeah, she is professional. So Josh over in Cleveland -2.
Mike.
Oh wait, no, gotta love Tyler says, is that yes to the black magic? Oh, yes to the voodoo. Thai voodoo in Surin.
We don't have.
In Surin they do. Even Mexican men confirmed it. Gotta love Thailand confirmed it.
Really?
Yeah. So Josh, how's that -2 feel today? Is it -2 feels like -20 with the wind chill? His wife says yes.
Oh.
So that's good, right? Nice voodoo action going on up in Surin. There's some like who knows what they got, magic potions, witch doctors, all that. Not here in Bangkok. Still wearing shorts. Huh? Nice.
How can?
Josh wears shorts all year. I used to wear shorts all year too when I worked outside.
No.
Yeah.
But in like a minus?
Like -40 one night. We were splicing cables in overnight. And I was like laying on the ground working.
I don't have hair like you.
Yeah.
Over my body. I don't have that.
I have the wool leggings built in. Josh too. I don't think Josh is as hairy as me, but he's got some hair on him. So yeah, the goal for today is, you know, looking to just get out and do some fabric sourcing. We'll make a little vlog about it. for the channel, but I think really just one little, is it not a soy that the shop is on? It's like a little Mubon almost,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a small commercial building that they build as a village.
Yeah.
That they all the building at that village is about fabric
Yeah.
or like type of what material for sewing.
Yeah, and pretty much there's probably what 30 shops in there.
At least.
Yeah, and they're all fabric. But 863, the one that we're going to today, is one of the best known in Bangkok as far as like small brand fashion designers, garment makers, anyone who does especially small batch goods can go there and source fabric, like cut, what we call cut length. So like 10 meters, 20 meters.
You don't have to buy the whole
bolt.
Yeah.
And you can still get a good price. And the thing about them is that they restock a lot of the stuff. So we know that if we go there and we source some things that we'll be able to go back, I can keep the QR code that they give me and just send it, and they'll ship me some more. So I'll line them, because all you guys who are in Thailand know everyone loves line. And so if I just line them a picture of the not the QR, the barcode that they attach for me, they'll get that right over to me. I've done that a few times. Let's see what we got here. It gets so hot in the store. Yeah, Josh is in the Dollar Generals all day. Dollar General runs heat, Josh? I thought they were just trying to save costs no matter what. So I go, I don't know much about your business. Can you explain what you actually make? Sure. So go to Love Thailand. So we have a design studio that we run. So we do a number of things. So from a design perspective, we encompass a lot. So sometimes we'll work with other businesses on like design thinking. We'll do collabs on product design, mostly in the garment space. And all of like the artwork that we do as well comes out of the design studio. So Jib is an artist as well, a craft artist, knit, embroidery, cross stitch, crochet, all these things. So that all gets encompassed in the design studio. But I run a brand called Dapper Villains. I also have another podcast for Dapper Villains. It's on hiatus. We're actually about to bring back a little like interlude series about product development as we finish our line. And so we have a denim line that's about to launch where we design men's jeans. I'll be launching in conjunction with that a very custom version of that where we'll do about 100 pairs a year of custom jeans through the Dapper Villains brand, like made one-to-one with a customer. And then we have a bunch of other products. So today we're sourcing chambray fabrics for a waistcoat that we're making to go with our line. And we'll launch some t-shirts, a couple of dress shirts, like a Western shirt. We make tote bags. Actually, babe, can you grab the new EDC prototype? So I have a tote bag called the EDC tote. This is the Dapper Villains tote bag. And this was our prototype. I'm going to take your comment down, Gotta Love Thailand, so you can see this. So this is, you can see the logo inside. So this tote is made of Thai selvage denim with a purple chambray liner, and then we just got our waistcoat samples in yesterday, which didn't come out great from our craft people. So the way we usually work within the studio is I will, for the garment side of stuff, I will prototype everything here. So we have about 10 sewing machines in the studio. I'll prototype something. I'll do up a tech sheet, and then our crafts people who we work with will do a sample. We'll get that sample back, and then based on the sample, we'll look at that and we'll say, okay, we need to make these changes, these adjustments, and then we start to work on the finalized product of it. Once we get all the details where we want it to be, then we grade the pattern. So we'll work with the crafts people to grade the pattern out and say, all right, if we're going to do ready to wear, this is small, medium, large, extra large, double XL. These are the sizings. We'll do samples for the whole size run, make sure that they're right. And once those are dialed in, then we'll just run with it and we'll print it. And also right now we've got thank you. Also right now, Jib's like, what do you call Mahut, the elephant trainer?
Huh?
Mahut is the elephant trainer. Mahut, is that the guy who hooks the elephant's ears?
No, we have Thai word
What
called Kwan. Kwan Chang.
Jib is the Kwan Chan with this one to get me. So right now we're also doing a denim collab with a brand in Colorado. We're doing a denim collab with a brand in Texas. So I designed their jeans and their jackets, and we're running those together. We also, one of our partners in Austin asked us to do a custom one-of-a-kind overall for one of their clients. So we put that together. That should be going out hopefully in the near future. We should be getting that sample back soon. So Steve, growing up, my father was in the sewing notion business. I know zippers, buttons, and seam tape. Yeah. So a lot of what we do, I haven't put zippers on anything. So a lot of the concept behind Dapper Villains as a brand is that the thing should last. The item should outlast you as a garment item. It should be a piece that you buy and last as long as possible. And even though there are really high quality zippers out there like YKK, we mostly stick with buttons on everything we do, or snaps, because they statistically outlast zippers for the most part. However, YKK brass zippers, even their endless coil zip, is really good. Something that you sell only in Thailand, or do you export to other countries? So yeah, we do exports to other countries. We're a licensed exporter, our businesses, and our export partner is DHL. Unfortunately, like we could use Thai Post, but Airmail and EMS has been out of business. They haven't shipped to America.
No, they ship, but like
Oh, now they do.
They do, but like
they were not before. They weren't taking packages
because they have to wait for like
Thai Airways.
Yeah.
So we've got we shipped. Do we have any masks on hand, babe? Can you grab? I think there's a mask hanging up on the sewing machine. So last year, our big product that we shifted to was fabric masks. Yeah, one of those is fine. So we shifted to fabric masks as we were developing our line early 2020. And one of the things that we did was shift to making fabric masks based on this Korean pattern. Yeah, this one.
Just see.
It's set up for Jib, but so Jib can put it on, but it fits. You can see it's got a 3-piece fold, and so what happened was we saw someone selling fabric masks at the polyester fabric masks at the BTS station.
Fit well, like it's nothing like you see this.
Yeah.
Closed, and there's like under chin is touch. Closed.
Yeah. So we have we exported a ton of these all over the world. US, Canada, Australia, England, Germany, Singapore, Malaysia. So we had pretty wide export on these. And as a result, that opened up, and also in Thailand, and it's adjustable. So these are actually, there's 4 layers of fabric here. There's 2 layers of fabric gauze, cotton gauze inside. And this is cotton muslin, and there's a pocket on the back for a additional filter if you want to add one. And the air loops are adjustable, so these fit a wide. This will fit Jib's face and my face, believe it or not. No, that's okay. I'm not going to adjust it because it's set up for you.
Hey,
no, but they see that it's adjustable. Okay, yeah, answered it, Ella. Shipping 1 bag is $80 to the US. So actually, like so our products were carried 800. Not that bad, Josh. But our bags were carried, our masks were carried pretty wide distribution. We have online distribution with a menswear company called The Rake. They carried a lot of our masks, and we're actually talking to them about carrying our denim line and our waistcoats. We also did distribution with a company called Uncrate Supply. And so they carried our mask in multiple colors on their website, and it was really popular. It was one of the best selling items for them. So it did really well. And then some of the clothiers that we dealt with last year, some better than others, but yeah, the mask was very popular and it opened the door for our product line. So it actually worked out good that it delayed our overall product line. Do you make those masks in large men's sizes? So that mask actually fits me. Yeah, so let's see if I have one. I'll get back. We'll talk, see if I have one of mine.
Why you need one of yours? Oh.
I've got one in my tote.
He has like 100 totes. keep making new and forget where he put the old one.
And so the same mask will fit a number of different face sizes. There's a huge delta between my face size and Jib's, more than like the average difference. So when we were measuring and doing the development on the mask design, this is what we came up with. And so this is mine. This is already pre-adjusted for me. It's the same exact size mask as Jib. And you can see, so my beard makes it kind of puffs out, makes it look a little different, but it's covering my chin completely and it's covering my nose. And it fits not as far down my cheek, but still gives me full coverage where I don't have any air coming out. And it captures a lot of the anything coming out and protects me from anything going in due to the multiple layers. Hang it up there. So the key with the mask though is that you want something that's going to both absorb the moisture coming out. Oh, we got a sparrow at the doorway, and it's going to and also block moisture coming in. So the mask retails, if you look at Uncrate or the Rake, they retail the mask at 20 USD plus shipping. I think Uncrate ships it for free. And so it's a washable mask. A lot of ours have been through 100 plus washes. Jib actually has some that she wears. Yeah, so we recommend people wash them in like this is a shaped delicates bag, but it's something, yeah.
That one.
So yeah, that's what the mask retail at is 20 US. So if you have a beard, so it depends on how long it is. So like I've trimmed mine considerably, but still the beard sticks out the bottom, but it still fits over my chin. And so the beard just gets kind of pushed underneath. If you look at Josh, a Suburban Beard, like when he's videoing in shops, he wears almost like a t-shirt that comes all the way down. Yeah, Josh keeps, wait a minute though. Wait, your wife hates the beard? No. That cannot be. Beards are the greatest thing ever. She just clearly doesn't understand the greatness of the beard yet. Gotta love Thailand. That's the issue here. I guarantee it. Yeah, Josh keeps asking me to make the beard mask. However, there's not, I just don't, one, there's really not a market, and two, like our type of mask, like it couldn't really convert well to a full beard covering only because of all the internal layers and the way it's completely structured inside. I think we talked about it at one point, like how to get it to cup under a beard. But because there's 4 layers of fabric there, it wouldn't work quite well.
No.
I saw a guy on Reddit. He made what I would call beard aprons, which were essentially like triangle masks that were guys' faces, but like just sat on the front of their beards. Not at all the greatest mask. What you need is the side coverage, and for a good beard, you need something that comes up under.
So I think the important thing of the fabric masks is like you don't get like the small particle of like a sneeze and cough when people walk past you or sit next to you. When that person cough or sneeze, there's a small particle with the virus on it. So with the face like fabric mask, it's protect you from like that all particle, which is like drop on the mask outside of the mask. It's not go direct to your face. So that's how it like protect you from infection. So for the beard, if you not like touch the beard later and then touch your nose or your eyes, your mouth, it may be okay. You don't have to really cover it. But if you work with patient, you need everything to protect you, like every part of your body. But like to just go outside, walk, and take a bus, maybe this one is okay.
Yeah, but we have enough fabric. Maybe we'll prototype a beard one. We'll send it to Josh, and maybe you can send one to Gotta Love Thailand.
Shave your beard.
Don't shave your beard. Never,
shave your beard.
Never shave your beard. Ever. But maybe something that comes down with like a bag system that you can kind of have like a neck, like a pull tie on. Remember we tried the adjustable things on the ear before?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, but on the bottom for the beard, and then just use the regular air loop. No bottom pocket, no bottom flap. Yeah, we can try.
Okay.
We got time. We can prototype something in the lab and see how it works. That'll be a good project. We'll do a vlog series on making a beard mask. And then I think what we'll do, because it won't be a Dapper Villains product, but maybe what we'll do is we'll do a limited run here, but we'll probably put the pattern up online for free. So if people want to make it themselves, they can get the pattern and learn how to do it.
I think because the Thai market is not big for the beard.
Yeah, Asian market, obviously, not a lot of Asians with beards. Look at the sparrows all having an orgy in our garden. So I think, that'll be a good idea. We'll do a whole product development video on a beard mask with you guys. And what we'll do is I'll make one for Josh and for Gotta Love Thailand. And we'll send them to you. But we'll also put the pattern online for free. So if anyone does want to have a beard mask, they can use our pattern, make it. They can sell them. We don't care. We'll make it, commercially available for anyone who wants to do it. This is a little bit off subject, but are you going to still go on your trip to the school and have to give up on mics? Maybe you need a younger. You always need. I was about to say you always need a younger man, but then I'm afraid Jib will agree with me. So actually, it's not off topic at all, Thailand, we'll actually talk about that a bit. Jib's actually got the money, all the cash that you guys donated to Bangkok Strange is in her account. That's all still there and accounted for. I think right now the real issue is because of the COVID outbreak, we don't want to go up there, not because we're afraid of getting infected, but if we were to get infected and spread COVID to the Hill tribe, they're so far away from healthcare.
Yes.
And a lot of them have never left. And so we don't know their vaccination history.
You should not bring disease to the village.
Yeah. So their immunity just to things in general is lower than ours because of their isolation. So that's the big concern right now. Jib's been in contact with Krusam, who's the teacher at the school. Everything's still planned to go ahead, but actually we were pushing for January, but with this second outbreak that happened, it's not going to be able to go. It just won't be safe for them. So that's the biggest concern right now. And it just happened. Mike got hurt, so it wouldn't be able to happen anyway. But him being hurt didn't stop the trip. He was actually on board for January, and it can't go.
Oh, so with his back, he won't survive the road.
He's luckily
to the mountain.
He'll give an update on his back when he comes on in a little bit, but he definitely will be better soon. He's mending and he's on the way to get there. Josh, I'd have to change my entire business name. Yeah, right. Josh can't shave. His business is Suburban Beard.
Okay, trim.
Can't be Suburban Beardless. That doesn't make any sense.
Just add one word.
Make a regular mask with extra fat. No, the regular mask with extra fabric hanging down won't work.
You have to cover.
Gotta Love Thailand knows what's up. Never.
What never?
Never shave. Josh has the face apron. 64 years old. I've had a beard since 14. Only been off for 3 surgeries. The rest of the 3 surgeries in one marriage.
Oh, you have to shave when you get married? Really?
Maybe for the wedding. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to. So I shaved. I grew a beard when I was 18. So I went to a private high school. You had to shave. And then I grew a beard in university, like through my whole early startup career in the 90s and 2000s with Cosmo, had a beard of some sort. And then I went into the Army after the .com boom. Obviously, no beard in the Army, shaved every day. And then when I got out of the Army, beard came back, and I shaved. So I shaved once since then. I completely shaved, and I did a 365-day time lapse of my beard growth. And unfortunately, I lost that file. But the funny thing was, I was like maybe 20 days into that, and when I had my first date with Jib. And so she thought like, oh, this guy has like a really nice crop shaved beard. And little did she know she was going to be along for the majority of the year-long journey, where it just got so out of control. And like the beard itself isn't the issue, it's the mustache, right? Because we would go out to eat, and at one point, like 8 months in, the mustache is so long that I have to pull it to the side and get it like all twisted up so that I can actually eat some food. And it would get stuck. I'd wake up and it'd be stuck in my teeth and stuff. It wasn't a good look. But yeah, so I did a year-long time lapse, and I lost, I think, a short version of the video still on my Facebook page somewhere. But what happened was I was shooting it on my iPhone 5. So it was what, like 4 or 5. And and I think like maybe two iterations of the iPhone were out already. So maybe the 7 was out, but I still had the 5. And the battery blew up in my pocket one day. I felt something in my pocket. I pulled my phone out, and it was like twice the size, and it just completely broke apart. I was like, I need a new phone. Sorry, talking into my phone, 3 surgeries and 1 marriage. My first wife never see me without my beard, so I saved it to our honeymoon. Nice. Sent you the pattern. I'll take a look, Josh. We'll take a look at that pattern. Maybe we can iterate on that. Like I said, I think we'll do like a whole product development video or like a vlog about it. I think it'll be fun. Sounds like the right thing to say. Stay away. Don't want that. Yeah, definitely don't want the mustache going into the teeth. Wake up and like you got to floss to get your own beard out of your teeth. A family of 5 lives in Dave Crosby's mustache. So, like, I guess a whole village lives in ZZ Top's beards, right? If Crosby's a singer.
He has a beard?
The mustache. Big old cookie duster.
What's that?
Cookie duster, like a thick, big mustache.
Okay.
Yeah. Been around motorcycles my whole life. At 16, I drove my panhead to high school. So Mike knows my story. Nice, panhead. So do you drive a bike out here in Thailand? Gotta love Thailand. Up in Surin, you have a voodoo bike. I love little bikes. I've always loved scooters. I have a Honda MSX. I've got to get it tuned up a bit, start riding again. But I really, really want to get a Honda CT 125. Like the new, I think in Australia they call them mail bikes, like postal bikes. That's what the postal drivers used to ride around. But it's essentially like a touring version of a scooter, but it has bigger wheels, so it can take potholes better, stuff like that. It's kind of made. It's like it'd be a shitty enduro, but I think it'd be a great city bike because of the wheel size and everything. And it's kind of like that naked underbone model, which I love. I don't like the step through scooters. I really like the underbones. And you step over, it gives you a little bit more control. Or I always feel like the step throughs, you're kind of like wobbly and like all sketchy on it.
It's like shopping bike.
Yeah. So in Thailand they call it a shopping bike, right? Like you throw your 50 bags hooked onto the
to the front,
and keep them between your legs.
Yeah.
But I see some of the guys who live up north, especially I have friends in Chiang Mai who have big bikes. I have friends in Isan with big bikes down south. Yeah, most of the people I know with big bikes on Phuket hate it because it's really more of a scooter town. In Bangkok too, like I always see the big bikes stuck in traffic.
And too big to go between cars.
To go to lane split and get around stuff. Whereas a scooter, you can just go. And actually, my favorite thing, and this was in the last fabric sourcing video, probably in the last 2 fabric sourcing videos we did, where we were filming the scooters and how they rig up the fabric on the scooters for delivery. And so in Chinatown, for whatever reason, it seems everyone loves these old Vespas. And it's like the bike to have if you're a courier for a fabric shop is like a 60-year-old Vespa with some type of rigging on the side. So you can take like a long bolt of fabric will be 60 inches. And so you'll often see delivery people whipping around Chinatown or like Ding Dang, those areas where there's a lot of shops, Pratunam. And what they do is they take these 60 inches and they strap it to the side of their Vespa and they just ride it around with this 60-inch fabric tube sitting off the side. Or like if you get like a 48-inch or 46-inch selvage rolls, or you get the folded bolts, like shirting bolts, they'll stack them up on the back like 30 high, and they'll start zipping around Bangkok with like 30 bolts of fabric on their back. I know Jay, my partner with Dapper Villains, he has a delivery guy who'll just come out on the scooter and drop stuff off, and I'll see he has like a whole days of delivery stacked up on his scooter. And we usually, because we're so close to Jay, he usually hits us first. Just the Sim 300. Nice. Yeah, it's a copy of the Trail 90. It's now a 125cc, so it has the same motor, the same engine as the CT 125 and the Honda Cub 125 and the Wave 125i. And I think that's a great engine. I love my MSX 125. Fantastic engine, more than enough torque. The difference is with my MSX, it actually has a clutch, whereas the CT 125 has a they call it the centrifugal clutch. So it's you throttle it up, let go, shift, throttle it back, takes care of it for you.
So you like your bike that you just sit alone?
Yeah.
No seat for me?
Well, even if it had the new version with the seat for you, where are you going to sit? That's a small bike. So if I get the CT 125, you can add the back seat and you can sit on that. Okay.
Right.
Try. Jib and I actually had a really bad accident. The only thing that doesn't have is a 2-speed transmission. They didn't put that in for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't want the 2-speed. So Jib and I had a really bad accident once, where I was bringing her to work and we're on my CRF, and before I had the street wheels on it, so I had the really tall off-road wheels, and just the whole street, we're going down this little side, so it was just covered in grease, and we're only going like 5 kilometers an hour, maybe 10 kilometers an hour, but I couldn't keep the bike upright. Like the back just slid out from under us, and luckily there was no traffic. Jib fell off and got hurt. I was fine.
You hurt too.
I had like a couple bruises, but nothing big. But you were in a lot of pain. Like you banged your hip. You weren't.
Yeah.
And the back seat on that, if you guys know the CRFs, the back seat's really high. So Jib went flying. And so like I ended up bringing her to the ER and didn't go to work that day. Went to work the next day though.
No, I went to office, like grab a computer, like the notebook, and come back to work at home.
Oh, Joe's here. What's up, my man? How you doing, Joe?
Hello, Joe.
Hey. So yeah, good to have Joe. Guys, so we'll be doing the Monday stream as well, and we'll be unboxing something that Joe sent us. So stay tuned for that. Joe, that is a great shirt you have, that Bangkok Strain shirt. Man, that's a good looking shirt. Nice big vinyl print. Well, one of the things that we found yesterday yesterday Jay, my Dapper Villains partner, and I, we went down to Dindang to talk to some new suppliers. And we were walking around just kind of looking, and all that whole section of Dindang, definitely mask on the whole time you're there, because everywhere is packed. Like all these little tailor shops are just packed with people. But we came across they're all little townhomes, and they're all filled with suppliers, and they're all filled with tailors. Like every shop just has like 40 Jukies in it, like 50-year-old Juki machines still just cranking away. And we come across this one shop where this guy is manually screen printing shirts one at a time, and he's got stations set out, and he basically is just moving the paint tray one to one and screen it. So we went in and talked to him, like, hey, what is it? What's the cost to get like shirts printed? And we were talking to him, and no minimums, like really, really local operation. So we're actually thinking we might do like our own cut of t-shirt and then do a small run of Dapper Villains prints. Because one of the places that we found out, actually the place that we're going today to source fabric, 863, most fabric places only sell weaves. That's the majority of fabric. You only get weave fabric, denim, chambray, shirting, poplin, doppy, things like that. 863 also sells knits, which is what a t-shirt is made of. This t-shirt is a knit fabric. It's a knit fabric. And then the edge is like a different type of knit. It's a different directional knit. So one of the things that we were looking at is like, we can source our own knit, 100% cotton, lightweight, bring it to a factory in Dindang, cut our own t-shirt design, like the type of cut we want, the neck, the quality, all of that, and then bring it to have it printed by hand and get like these kind of really cool artisan screen printed by hand, like 2-color. He said he could do 4 colors, which it is possible. Don't get me wrong. It's just a very difficult thing to imagine, like manually doing 4 colors on like, it's basically a shop house that's 10, 15 meters long. And he just has 4 tables set up, 1 on each side and 2 in the middle. And he just walks up and down and silk screens the whole way. And they look cool. I was watching him do a print while he was there, and I think they look amazing. So if he can really do 4 colors, but I would probably stick with like a 2, 3 at the max, but probably 2, like a black and white print, and then use whatever the color of the shirt is for highlight. Yeah, can you show the Dapper Villains logo? Yeah, I can. Let me open it up and I'll share it on the screen. Do I have it on here actually? Let me search for logo. So I gotta find it.
Thousands folder.
Yeah. And actually, I'm moving stuff over to the new Mac. Oh, here it is, actually. So I'm moving stuff over to the new Mac Mini as we speak. And that is, I'm getting all my design stuff moved over there. But I'll tell you, with that M1 Mac Mini, I was talking to Senior Frank about this the other day, too. It is a monster. Absolute monster. So here is the Dapper Villains logo, guys. You can check that out. So yeah, if you find like the Dapper Villains podcast, or babe, can you grab the purple waistcoat? I'll show you guys one of the waistcoat. You can grab either one. We got 2 waistcoat samples in yesterday. So yeah, this is the logo for Dapper Villains. I like this. I think this kind of really personifies like the brand and the idea. Dapper Villain, right? The guy's, he's got the baseball bat, he's wearing a suit, a bow tie, a bowler hat, mustache, and a monocle. You know, he's dressed nice, but he's ready to whoop some ass. And I love that about this logo. And I think it really, really personifies. There was an older logo of this that was kind of just made on a hipster logo generator with a little bit of finesse. But this one really dials it in and really, really, has the Dapper Villains feel to it. I really enjoy it. Could be a big seller in the UK with the football hooligans. Maybe. Very possible. If they like it. Depends on how dapper they want to be. It does have that kind of early 1900s feel. And a lot of even our denim line that we're doing, the standard cut on our denim, the brand's supposed to fit somewhere between streetwear and sartorial dress. So think of it as like an elevated streetwear as opposed to graphic tees and baggy jeans, baseball caps. We're making Shelby caps. We're making, like short brim baseball caps. We're making waistcoats, very classic fit denim with the straight leg, slight taper, a higher rise denim as opposed to like a low rise that you see in the US. So this is the chambray waistcoat that we made. And so a few things came back. It's a 3-pocket waistcoat, and it's supposed to have like a lapel, a chest pocket, 2 lower pockets, and then this is supposed to be a fully lapelled waistcoat. And the tailor sent it back only half lapelled, and you can see the lapel is only on the front. It doesn't actually, the collar doesn't wrap around the back. So this is the type of waistcoat you would wear with a sport coat or a blazer or a suit if you want to have a lapel. That way you don't have the bulk on the back as you wear the jacket. And it's supposed to fit a little bit nicer, but the waistcoat that we're developing is supposed to be a standalone item inspired by like early 1900s hunting vests, right? And so we call it the Dapper Villains Urban Hunter. Oh, let me show them the liner too. This is a liner that Jay makes. It's got like sugar skulls on it. I don't know if you guys can. And then, of course, we got the Dapper Villains logo inside the name patch. Which I might actually go for like a bigger square name patch to put inside these. But thanks, bud. But I think what we're going to do is probably do our own liner. So we're going to print our own liner, purple with the Dapper Villains guy our logo inside, just sort of like repeat patterned all around. So when you take it off, you've got like the Dapper Villains guy in there. We might do a couple designs to go along with that, or things that you can customize with down the road. Or Jib's throwing it's so big on Jib. Jib, you could be motorcycle win. Here's Jib with the waistcoat. Oh, see, this is the one that came back 4 pocket actually. So this could be double breasted on Jib. So yeah, so this is supposed to be a 3 pocket, and the sample came back 4 pocket, which I was a bit pissed about.
No, I understand because your note say double, so they think this is double pocket.
Yeah, that is double welt.
No,
Not
when you say double, I think they might think this is double.
That's up my. Oh, when you're here, Joe, come by. You can come by the actual design studio, check it out. Like I said, we're going to be doing the custom denim as well. So if you're interested, I think we're going to cap that at probably 100 pairs, maybe 150 a year, and we'll keep like a logbook of everything that we do as far as like the custom work, just as like sort of part of the history. Here's the non-lapel version. So we're trying to figure out lapel, non-lapel. So this one came back 3 pocket, with the cinch in the back.
Didn't say double. In that
double welt. It's supposed to be double welt.
You have to speak language.
Come back ASAP. Get me a few. Nice. Yeah. When you're back, man, hit me up. I said we'll have the whole collection should be so big on Jib. It could be a vest kimono. The whole collection should be. I think the whole collection should be up online in the next few weeks, hopefully, or maybe a few months, because we do have to shoot it. We have to do a lookbook. But yeah, thanks for coming by, George. Yeah, when you're here too, just hit me up. We'll get you. You can come by the studio. Usually, like we won't bring like customers into the studio and stuff. But like for you guys that follow, if you're here in Bangkok, you want to come down to Bangkok, come to the studio, more than welcome. So what's the genesis of the Dapper Villains name? So good question. So actually, I have had the name Dapper Villains as a brand or as a company for 6 years now. So actually, Suburban Beard and I actually started Dapper Villains really as like a social media type of presence. We weren't sure what we were going to do with it originally. We had all these ideas. And so Josh actually used to make all these great Dapper Villains memes. It was just supposed to be like a menswear thing, like men's lifestyle. And we just never really got traction with it. But I kept the domain, I kept the name forever because it really resonated with me. And I think we did it from like 2015 to 2017. We ran the original Dapper Villains Instagram and Facebook with all of the memes and all of this other stuff. And we never really, we were going to probably do t-shirts and we weren't sure, and we never really got it off the ground. Oh yeah, Jib, this is the original. Jib made these original Dapper Villains dolls, but I'll show you these in a second. But yeah, so Josh and I did that for a couple years, and then in 2017 we sort of shelved it, and Josh started Suburban Beard, and I was doing some other stuff. I was doing a show in Malaysia at the time, so I didn't really have time to commit to it. I was traveling like every other week. I would go to like another country and record for the show, and then I would have to come back. I would have to go back to KL to work at the studio with the engineers and do the production side of the show, because I was hosting it and I was the producer. And then after we were done at the studio, I come back home for a couple weeks, and then 2 weeks later, back on the road. Yeah. So it was a year of that, and that really zapped me. And then I ended up working with an ed tech company in Bangkok about working as like their evangelist and doing content for them. And, it didn't really work out after a year. And so I ended up going, looping back, and we had the company. So we're like, well, let's do the design studio. And Josh was busy with the Suburban Beard stuff. And so I ended up like talking to Josh. I was like, hey, I want to relaunch this as something else. Do you mind if I start doing it? And Josh was like, yeah, dude, of course, whatever. But the original, like the genesis of it, the real, the spark was like me and Josh working on this concept of like guys who want to look good, right? But they still want to be, themselves. They still want to be like, a little bit villainous. And we thought about it when we made the ideas, like, our favorite characters were always the bad guys, like the Joker, right? Jack Nicholson's Joker, Heath Heath Ledger's Joker, all the Bond villains. These guys always looked good. They're always sharp, uniquely styled in their own way, right? It's not, the boring, black jacket, white shirt and tie,
Lex
or
Luthor?
blue blazer. Lex Luthor is another really good one. All these guys always were sharp, and they were villainous, but they were dapper, and that was a big part of it. That's why we came up with the catchphrase, stay dapper, stay villainous. And so those are the characters that we really liked. Those are the characters that resonated with us, and that's where the name came from. So Jib made these 2 dolls for Josh and I. These are the original Dapper Villains kind of things. It's just a fun thing that Jib made. And so this is me, and this is Josh. And
that time he still has
that time I had
this hair, but now don't.
Yeah, I had a little bit more hair at the time when this doll was made. So it was accurate at the time. So what cool will come in? Judge Weber, Jib, are you eating cake? Yes. Yesterday after my meeting, so where I was in Dindang, I didn't realize I was so close to Fortune Town, which is one of the tech malls. And it's that morning I had just ordered the Crucial hard drive for my Mac dock. And so I could have literally walked to JIB shop in there and got the same thing, but it's okay. Get it delivered. At least Monday, everything's fine. I think the dock arrives Monday as well, so it's not that big a deal. So yeah, it's the genesis of where Suburban Beard came from. Dana in the city and me in the suburbs. Yeah, 2 different views of the world. Yeah. So Josh lives out in it's not super suburby where you are. I mean, it's the suburbs, but it's not like rural where Josh is at. It's still like one of the Cleveland suburbs. And I live obviously right in the heart of Bangkok. So it's like two different views on life. The Get Smart villains were hilarious. Yeah, Get Smart, the original, yeah. Yeah, I tell you, like, villains are always the best characters, right? Bane is one of the real Bane, the Bane from the comic books and the Bane from the Nolan movies are my absolute favorite bad guys. Like you think the darkness is your friend, right? Because that's the real Bane. Bane was a mastermind, but he was also a badass. Right. And I always thought Bane was just this great character. But then I think it was Batman and Robin with was it George Clooney and I forget who played Robin. But they had Bane in that, and he just looked like
that one with like a Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and that Bane.
Yeah, and so the Bane looked like a juiced up luchador more than anything else. He's all jacked and with the luchador mask. That wasn't Bane. Bane was Tom Hardy's Bane from the Nolan trilogy. That is Bane. And that and like just like his Heath Ledger was this amazing Joker. Jack Nicholson was an amazing Joker too, but it's like those are the villains. That's the genesis of the idea. That's the inspiration of Dapper Villains is those types of characters. You merely adopted the beard. I was born in it, molded by it. So I have a industrial respirator mask that I wear when the air quality is really bad in Bangkok. Like if AQI hits 200, I'll wear this mask. It's a 3M industrial respirator silicone mask with a dual P100 filters. And I'll be on if I'm on the BTS with Jib, and it's hard to hear me through that mask, but I'll always do the Bane voice. Or like if I have to talk to like someone to buy something, I'll talk with the Bane voice. And Jib's just like, stop it. Just stop it. No one knows what you're doing. Yeah, don't joke.
We won't get your joke. Like Ty won't get your joke. And like they would think like, what is he talking?
Yeah.
Why this guy so weird?
Oh yes, I will have 2 of those pizzas, please. 1 chocolate cake. Villainous cartoon characters are Boris Ben. Yeah. From Rocky and Bullwinkle, right? Right, Steve? That's that guy. Gangs in New York was another inspiration, especially for the look. And actually, one of my buddies, he does. I forget what. So I talked about Rob on this on the podcast on the live stream last week, where Rob has where he does all the herping and snake catching and stuff. Not ladyboy catching snakes, but like ladyboy snake catching. But maybe he does that too. I don't know. But he goes out and like finds snakes and takes photos. But he also does electric metal etching, and he wanted to do like a cleaver for me, like with the Dapper Villains logo. So that might be something that gets put up on the wall at some point. But he's pretty. Rob's a great dude, but like when he's on like his metal etching kick, I got to catch him when he's like just straight up doing it, and then have him do up a cleaver. Or maybe I'll have him do the new chopping knife I got.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I ordered this chopping knife. It's just like it looks like a big curved thing, but it works great. Great blade. It's like 180 baht, so not bad for it's like a big ass chopping knife just for chopping veggies. But yeah, gangs in New York, and you know those characters. That time, right? There was no mass market. There was no mass market clothing at that time of Gangs of New York. So people were, you know, they had to wear waistcoats. They had to wear jackets. There's no baseball caps. A flat cap was the only cap you could wear. A lot of that stuff was handmade. And actually, a funny thing, dress shirts back then were essentially T-shirts, and the collars would button onto those, or they were kind of like a Henley shirt, or like a French farmer shirt, where it might only button up like halfway, and then if you wanted to put a collar on that shirt, you would button the collar onto the shirt, and then the jacket would go over it. And the idea was that you would wear that shirt like multiple days because they didn't have enough like they didn't wash their clothes every day.
Why?
People smell because lack of water, resources, things like that. But you could wash the collar, right, with a little bit of water.
Wait, but collar is not a part that smell.
Yeah, but it still looked fresh. I think before modern times, people probably smelled really bad.
Huh?
Right, and I think that's one of the big advents of technology is that we can shower.
So you don't take shower every day. You don't wash your clothes every time.
No, they would. Well, think in the Middle Ages with the plague and stuff, people probably didn't shower for like months.
No. Thailand, we never had problem with lack of water.
Yeah, just going to the river.
Like in the old time, people build a house or village next to the river because they can access to the water.
You still have to go and get it. End of a hard day, you're just like
No, it's like you just walk so here you have like a garage as the front of your house, but at old time, the front of your house is a river because we travel by boat. So we shower every day.
Yeah, but you think about
the clothes never dirty because we clean it every time.
Well, I don't know if you clean it in the Klong, how clean it is.
That time, no factory, nothing industrial. So
still had China upstream. Very well organized football hooligan crew wore Burberry and Rock Island. They wanted to look their best, fooling the police as to who they were and what they were up to. Yeah, I saw on YouTube, I think it was a video about groups of hooligans that they get ID'd by like a European-wide task force, and they block them from getting into the stadiums. Like all over Europe, like this British team though, but like they'll track them everywhere. It's like a big issue.
So the hooligan wear Burberry brand.
Yeah,
that's expensive here.
It's expensive everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Burberry's not cheap.
I thought it's like okay for a Western country to buy it, but here it's kind of like a luxurious brand. You're not really.
No, it's a luxury. Burberry is a luxury brand everywhere.
Okay.
So this is actually something that's interesting about brands in Thailand, though, is American luxury brands or European luxury brands they're like super premium here, like Louis Vuitton.
You have
Chanel.
to wait in the line to go into the shop.
Even
you cannot
pre-COVID.
just walk. You cannot just walk into it. You just
actually one time
line up.
I went into the only time I've ever been in Louis Vuitton. I skipped the line and went in. And no one stopped me.
Who can?
I just wanted to see if I could do it. I was at the mall at Paragon, and I see like 20 people lined up outside. And I'm just like, I'm gonna see what happens. I just walked in, and the guy was just like, I walked around for like 30 minutes. I didn't buy anything.
No one here can stop you.
Possible. Well, maybe a Bukal worked there, or Senchai worked at the.
Of course,
just
but
chop me in the legs and I fall over.
No
in pain.
gonna like a high.
Yeah.
Like a
No,
high
of course
profile
not.
guys like that.
But yeah, so luxury brands, European Western luxury brands are really elevated to like a super premium thing here. And like you'll see that in Paragon when you guys are here, and the way they position brands.
Oh, Icon Siam.
Yeah, Icon Siam is another one. It's actually even more probably premium than Gaesan or Paragon.
Village.
But I will say that Japanese like mid-level brands, like sort of consumer everyday brands in Japan, get elevated to sort of a premium status here. So like Muji is a premium item here, even though in Japan it's like an everyday thing. And you even said your Japanese teacher said that that Muji means like good stuff cheap or something like that.
No, it's mean like good stuff that has no name on it.
Yeah. Oh,
because
yeah,
he said like this brand made for men there, like not show like the name of the brand or logo, nothing. It's just like they made like a good product, good quality, but no logo on. So it's like everyday wear or like a pencil bag. Nothing cute like a doll or flower on it, just like plain.
We've got a lot of Muji stuff. It's definitely quality pieces, but it's like Jib has the Muji spoon. But actually, I love these Muji spoons. The curvature of them, and like the design is really the design is like super nice, and they're well made. It's heavy, but like something about like they just put a lot of thought into the design, the way it fits in your hand, the curvature of the spoon itself, for like spooning something. Everything about the Muji products like that we've tried has been really good. I've got Muji folders. Jib's original portfolio was put inside. That was a big Muji book that we wrapped in fabric. That Muji binder for your original portfolio you brought to school.
That Muji?
Yeah, it was Muji. And so there's a lot of, obviously none of the clothes from Muji fit me. Not even close, but the stuff is pretty quality, but it's definitely the socks fit. Yeah, but it's definitely not at the premium level of, and actually I get all my socks from Muji because they're when they're on sale, they're really cheap, but it's definitely not a super premium brand. It's not a premium brand that's positioned as here. Another thing that you guys might find funny is Western restaurants get in now, like obviously McDonald's has been here forever, so it is what it is. KFC is the McDonald's of Asia, really. Like people like McDonald's, people will kill for KFC, for sure. But one of the things that I think is interesting is the way they position restaurants when they come over here for the first time. So a lot of you guys will know IHOP, International House of Pancakes. And you know it as I know it. Like when I lived in Boston, there was an IHOP in Kenmore Square. And if I was out with my friends for an evening and we had one too many beverages, where we might go afterwards would walk over to Kenmore Square and have pancakes at 3 a.m. And, and it's cheap and it's fast and it's good to go.
3
a.m. Yeah.
And why you will eat at that time?
Because you're drunk and you're hungry.
So here we will go to
street food.
Like we'll have boiled rice,
fried
like
chicken skin.
No, we have like a boiled rice with a side dish, like many things for a side dish.
So in the U.S., it's like pancakes or Waffle House or chicken wings. But when they launched IHOP here, International House of Pancakes launched here in Bangkok, it was a premium sit down, make a reservation restaurant inside Siam Paragon.
Oh, that one that you say like you might take me there.
Yeah, but they went out of business before we even went.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because we talked about going because the prices were actually, it's Western food prices, but it was like Eric went and he said they didn't cook the pancakes well. So Eric, a Minority Nomad, you guys saw him on Bangkok Strange. He's been on this channel before as well. Definitely check him out if you're not familiar with Minority Nomad. But that whole place, he went to review the food. He said the pancakes came out raw in the middle. So he came out and the pancakes were just like
It's like
completely
wet
wet
in the middle.
Not good. Actually, when we eventually get to the US for a trip, Jib, we'll go to Waffle House in the South. You might like Waffle House.
Like have to take a flight for 24 hours to just eat pancake.
No, well, waffles. You don't get pancakes at Waffle House. You get the waffle. No, but we'll spend time, and ideally, Dapper Villains will do a trunk show in the US at some point. And if we do that, then we'll definitely do a Waffle House stop. You'll like it. It's like everything good about it, everything good and simultaneously bad about American food. It's sweet, it's savory, it's everything you want and everything you don't want at the same time.
Will I be able to finish the dish there?
Probably not. Like you get eggs, waffles, bacon, sausage. You probably eat like half of it, but it'll only cost like $3-4.
Yeah, but I don't like to waste the food.
Nah, I know. You can take it home.
Okay.
The other place that's positioned kind of premium here is Sizzler. Sizzler is like a place that people's go to all the time.
I don't know. You can count it as a premium, but it's like a restaurant that like family like to go or friend.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you want to sit there long, you just like order like main dish and then you sit there and you can
Get
have
the buffet,
refill drink and like get a salad buffet.
I would pick MK before Sizzler though, for me. How about you?
So like 6 noodles.
Yeah. Would you pick Sizzler or MK?
Any.
If they're right next to each other.
I'll pick Sizzler.
Oh, interesting. Steve, but Pizza Hut in Shanghai is fancy with a full bar.
What?
Pizza Hut's like the worst pizza too.
Whoa.
Actually,
really?
Yeah, Pizza Hut's like the worst pizza. But I can imagine in
just
Shanghai.
Pizza Hut here is like
the shitty pizza.
Fast food. We say fast food. So like most of Thai not really like serious on like, oh, is this the right type of the pizza bread or not?
You guys put fake crab on pizza, so I mean.
Oh yeah, so and we put pineapple on it. So
I like pineapple on pizza actually.
Ox Italian.
Yeah, no, Italians don't dig it, but I'm okay with pineapple. I got the other arm. I got the pineapple.
I
like pineapple. No, do not go there. Don't go. You say don't go to Waffle House. Waffle House, crackheads and hookers. So that's actually not untrue. When I lived in North Carolina, when I was at Fort Bragg, there was like a Waffle House right off base, and I remember we would go to Waffle House. I think I have shoelaces arriving. Jim's got a package coming. When so when I lived in Fort Bragg, there was a Waffle House we would stop at, and every night Waffle House would be full of hookers. And some nights, when you're in the Army, you go to the strip club a lot. And so, or when you're a single guy in the Army, you and your buddies go to the strip club a lot. And so I remember one night after that, we went to the Waffle House, and all the strippers were at the Waffle House. So yeah, good times. Good times were had by all. I will definitely say that that Waffle House in general, though, it's you can go during the daytime. You don't have to go at 3 a.m. If you go at like lunchtime or like late lunch, it's not bad. But if you go like late night, it's definitely the rough spot, Joe. Yeah, Steve. Pizza Hut. I think Pizza Hut sucks anywhere. I think Domino's sucks everywhere as well, but Domino's, at least, I don't know, something about Domino's pizza I kind of like. But my favorite like junk pizza, which they don't have here, is Papa John's. I always really liked Papa John's pizza quality. I thought their crust and their toppings were good. Again, though, not great pizza, right? It's like you can tell that their crust for a fast food pizza, it's okay, but like they don't do a slow ferment, so they don't develop a ton of flavor in the dough. It's just really, a basic pizza. And then here, I think really the only fast food pizza options are Pizza Hut, Pizza Company, and Domino's, right? The 3 fast food. Any other fast food pizza?
Other brands called Narai Pizzeria.
Oh, no, right? Yeah, that's not like there's not as many, right?
I think like their business is smaller than
Yeah.
other pizza company.
There used to be a Neapolitan pizza place inside Central World called Pizza by Yanni. And they were pretty, like, for Neapolitan style, they were pretty good. And the nice thing, if you went to eat there, because it's Neapolitan, they throw it in the oven, 30 seconds later it's out and you're good to go. Yeah, so Domino's knows they suck, but they're good. Like they're good at sucking. Like if you're gonna suck it, like they're the best at sucky pizza. You know who is legit? Like for $5 is Little Caesars pizza. Like it's the Little Caesars is literally like one step above Chuck E. Cheese. Right? It's like Chuck E. Cheese is like the shittiest like pizza. Like Chuck E. Cheese isn't even about pizza. It's where kids go for parties, and it's like. They don't have them here, thankfully, but it's just like frozen pizza they throw in the oven and then it's done.
Well, it sounds like here.
Yeah,
what we have here.
At the soy. Actually, I'll talk about that pizza shop in a minute. But Little Caesars is like a step above Chuck E. Cheese, but something about I think the fact that they use like Monterey Jack cheese and cheddar mixed in with the mozzarella like kind of gives it a unique flavor. Oh yeah, White Castle. If we go to the U.S., we're definitely doing White Castle. The little slider burgers where they put them on the onions and steam them.
Steam?
Yeah, they put the onions on the grill, then they put the frozen burgers on top of the onions.
Okay.
And the burgers are thin and they have holes in them, and the juice from the onion steams the. Yeah, really good.
Okay.
Yeah, White Castle does vegan burgers too.
So just want to tell you guys that like here, like as a pizza is not our typical food, right? Not my typical food, not Thai's typical food. So I think most of the pizza, like the fast food that you say the name here, we always think, oh, it's good, it's delicious, because we never try like
Paula.
Yeah, and we never know what is like the right recipe or the flavor of the food, because like most of Thai never been in America, never try like a premium pizza. So when we saw the thing like, okay, the round bread with ketchup on and ham. If you're lucky, there's a mushroom. Yeah. So that's fine. We call it pizza and we enjoy that. Oh, and cheese. Yeah. And we like, for me, I don't really know. It cannot tell the type of the cheese, like whatever cheese. Yeah. Like whatever smell like milk is cheese. Yeah. So that's it. That's
a lot of times Thai pizza will have like no mozzarella, just
like whatever. Like cheese is like cheese, you know. I think might be the same thing when you guys who never visit Thailand, never try like a real Thai food.
Thai.
When you eat like a Thai food called Thai food in US, which is not cooked by Thai, maybe recipe or flavor is not the same here, but you think, oh, that's good, delicious already. So it might be the same thing. That's it.
Yeah, no, definitely true. Like there's a lot of really fake Thai food in the US, unfortunately, but there's some good Thai food. So actually Steve brings up a great point that he's in Papa John's is good. Like to me, Papa John's is like, if I'm going to eat any of the fast food or any of the chain pizza places in the US, it's Papa John's for sure. Like I think their crust has the best chew. Their pizzas are the best put together. Their toppings are probably the top quality for me as far as a pizza goes. And it's good pizza. Like it's not going to stand up to Pala or like a niche pizzeria, but it's going to be in that. Like you're not going to be mad if you have a Papa John's pizza.
Okay.
And it like to his point, it's half the price of pizza in the San Francisco Bay Area. Okay. And the food in San Francisco is good. The pizza game in San Francisco, not fantastic. It's like to me, I mean, Steve, you've been there. Obviously, you lived there a lot longer than I ever did. I lived in Monterey for a year, and I spent some time in San Francisco back and forth. But I never had like great pizza. One of my friends would be like, "Oh, I'm going to take you for." He's like, "This is the best pizza place in San Francisco," and it sucked.
Oh.
It didn't suck. It just wasn't. It didn't. I wouldn't rate it as the best of anything. Right?
So it's like this. If you grew up in area that like, oh, this is the best that you ever have, you will count as the best. Like here, somtam is like a typical food you can get anywhere. So I'm not sure if I have somtam in US will be the best as here.
It's definitely not good in the US. It depends. Like you can find okay somtam. I never found like the average street somtam here is way better than anything I ever had in the US. But nothing beats Auntie Pachani wet Auntie with the arm brace.
Ah, okay.
Who apparently was younger than us, and we're like,
I just found out she's younger than me.
Yeah, I thought she was.
She just look older.
I thought she was like 50. I always called her Auntie Pa, something Pa. But actually, there's a pizza. We'll call it a pizza place at the top of our soy. And I'm literally going to explain to you guys what this place calls pizza. So first off, they have ovens here that are like these glass or metal bowls, and they put a spinning motor on the top.
It's a hot air.
Yeah, and it just circulates hot air. It's like a hair dryer, but like with a low flow.
It's like air fryer.
Yeah,
hot
no, it's not
air.
like an air fryer. It's not like Eric's air fryer.
Yeah, no, but it's like
or your mom's.
Yeah,
but it's similar. Right? It's like a small convection, but it also rotates the bottom. So this pizza place has like 4 of those set up, and what they do is they have a pan that fits in the bottom, and they take slices of white bread with no crust on it, and they press it into the bottom, and then they put some type of orangey cream mayo sauce on it. I see them squirt it on, and then they'll throw
ketchup.
They throw well, maybe mayo and ketchup or something, and then they throw imitation crab meat, like processed ham, and something else on top of it. Maybe some vegetables. I just see her grab handfuls. And then they take a handful of some type of cheese product, not mozzarella, not cheddar, and just throw it on top, and then put the top on, bake it, and they pull it out, put it in a box, and send it off. And I'm just like,
yeah,
what?
that we call it pizza.
Yeah, I'm like, if someone told me that was pizza, I would fight them.
So you see, like here, like you have a bread at the bottom, and you have like a red sauce on top, and you have like
not
a
even
topping.
Red sauce. It's like ketchup and mayo.
Yeah, and it's like cheese. Okay, you can call it pizza.
Yeah, and that place is busy. Like legit, like that place is not slow. Like I've never been there, and they're just like, oh, waiting for business. They've always got someone coming picking up this toasted bread thing they make.
So it might be the same thing. Like someone in US cooked the pad thai soup.
Pad thai soup, yeah.
That's just like unforgettable.
Joe says you have to smoke before going to Waffle House. Edibles, my friend, edibles.
What?
He's talking about the green.
Why?
Because everyone, if you go to a Waffle House, you probably should be high or drunk.
I don't understand why.
Otherwise, it might suck. Oh no, I think he means White Castle. Maybe must smoke before White Castle because Harold and Kumar.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah, where they got high and want to go to White Castle.
Wait, old movie.
Yeah, so calzone. Actually, Jib has had calzone from. So we have a joke about calzones. So Paula makes a pretty banging calzone, and probably one of the better ones in Bangkok. There's some other good calzone spots in Bangkok. It's not unique to Paula, but Paula.
I had calzone before.
Yeah, Paula makes a banging one, and her daughter loves that calzone. And so we were joking one night we were going to order some food
in the night.
In the nighttime, like
before midnight.
Yeah, like we're like, oh, we're just gonna put it like
11?
we want to get some. No, it wasn't that late. It was like maybe 9.
Okay, 9.
Because we could still order from Paula.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get something light. And oh no, I was like, oh.
So it's after dinner.
Yeah, it was after dinner. But like I think we had an early dinner is why we were gonna order food. And we're gonna order something. And so I'm like, oh, just something light. And Jam's like, something light, like calzone. I was like, what? It's like their calzone is huge. It's literally, and they don't make a round pizza at Paula, so they just fold out their dough and they make it. It's enormous. And the one that their normal calzone just stuffed with like 5 different meats and cheese, and like maybe a little bit of onion sprinkled in there for flavor. But yeah, it's definitely. And she's like, so now our joke is, oh, you want to get something light? And like, oh, calzone.
And she can finish it.
Joe's trying to start a fight. He's talking about Chicago has the best pizza. And so actually I won't disagree on I'm going to disagree on the best. I think personally I'll argue that Rhode Island has the best pizza. But clearly being biased because I grew up there. But Chicago's pizza is really good, and Chicago style deep dish is really good. That's the pizza that's like this thick that I showed you, and the cheese goes on top, and then everything's underneath.
Nice.
But really, I don't disagree. I think they have great pizza, Joe. It's just I wouldn't classify it as the best in my opinion, but it's definitely up there with really good.
I think that thick I will call it lasagna.
Oh, so Steve's clarifying. He says he agrees. Yes, the area lacks decent pizza, which is why Papa John's works here, but probably not New York City or definitely not Chicago. Yeah, I doubt like New York City, Chicago, like I'm sure there's Papa John's in those cities. They're just like if you're eating from there, what are you doing? Because I have this theory that from Boston to Philly, there's like a strip like going through Jersey, New York City, Connecticut. Like that 95 strip, you can basically get above average pizza at 9 out of 10 shops in that from Boston to Philadelphia. So all of Rhode Island, that strip of Connecticut, the eastern seaboard of Connecticut, New York City, obviously, like the average slice in New York City is above average, like a New York City slice. People take pride in that. You're not going to be in business if you don't have good pizza. And all the way into Philly. Philly has some good pizza. I've even had some good pizza in DC. So, like that section of the country, like you can get some of the best pizza, like 9 out of 10 times, it'll be above average. When I lived in California, every time I've been there, actually last time I was in Cali, no, not last time, 2 times ago when I was in San Francisco working with IEEE. I was in Mountain View at the Computer History Museum. I stayed there for like a week, and the best pizza I had there, and I probably ate pizza 4 times, was Papa John's by far. And it was just because like everything else in Mountain View sucked. When I lived in Monterey, there was a pizza place. Everyone in Monterey was like, "Oh, this is the best pizza." It's like this little mom and pop shop in Monterey. And it was definitely not good.
Do they have vegan pizza for you?
Papa John's, if you don't order cheese, you can have vegan. And then they have like I think now they offer vegan cheese, but I prefer to just get it cheeseless. But the vegan one in Monterey, the not Papa John's, the pizza place in Monterey was just really weird and different. Yeah. So I'm like,
if it not has cheese, how can you call it pizza?
Oh, girl, he said I sent you some pictures on Messenger of the pizza I made yesterday for the house ceremony we just started yesterday. Build a home. Oh, nice! You just started to build a place. Are you so? Good old Thailand. Are you in like a Mubon? Or are you just like out in the countryside somewhere? I'm curious. I'll take a look at it in a bit because I don't want to pull up Messenger on the laptop while we're streaming. But that's it. I'd be interested to like hear about your like the building process out in Isan, because like I know like in Bangkok, like most people, if they're gonna build something, they'll build like in a Mubon, right? But like on the outskirts of the city, but like up in rural areas, I think it's probably like a little different. Like you can just kind of buy land and build.
Yeah, you buy a land and you like go to a office there to like ask permission to build a house.
Oh, he made deep dish. God. See, I was telling Jib about this the other day. I like pan pizza, and I want us to have an oven that's big enough for me to put like a 12-inch cast iron in, so I can make my own cast iron pan pizza. Chai.
No.
I'll get a 6-inch to make small pizza for you with ham. Ham, mushroom, pineapple. Yeah, deep dish is legit. Like
what is that?
This the thick pizza. Deep dish is like this, the Chicago style.
Oh.
That's the other thing, right? Like, so here's the other thing about coffee. In America, we understand like a really good cup of brewed coffee. In Thailand, brewed coffee is actually really rare, like an immersion brewed or a drip brew. Everything's Americano.
Oh.
And
you should try Thai coffee
espresso. I hate Americano. Espresso's too bitter to be drank black. And so just adding water doesn't help that. But
iced espresso here, they'll add like a syrup,
yeah,
condensed milk.
5 shots of sugar syrup.
It's like you're gonna have diabetes after that.
But there are some places in Bangkok that do an amazing drip or an amazing French press. But the majority of places you go to, it's Americano, and that's it, unfortunately.
Americano here, they add syrup.
Yeah, always that's it. You have to say my one or my.
You have to say no syrup.
Yeah, no syrup. I always say my one, and they're like, syrup, my? I'm like, no, please, no. So see, Boston has really good pizza, as does Northern New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey has some legit pizza. No joke. Like really good. I remember I was in Teaneck, New Jersey for like a grappling tournament once, and we ate at an Afghani pizza. It was literally called like Afghani pizza. And it was really good, legit pizza. It was like really nice. Like it was a square pan pizza. It was phenomenal. Teaneck, New Jersey, not so phenomenal. That one pizza place, fantastic. Actually, when I lived in Boston, and I lived on in Mission Hill section of Boston, there was a pizza place down in the Boylston area that we could walk to down on the end of Hemingway called Little Stevie's. And this is in the 90s. And they would make these huge pizzas that were like a meter in diameter.
Huh?
And then they would cut them into these massive slices.
Okay.
But one slice would be bigger than a normal pizza. So you could get one slice for like $1.50. This is like 1997.
So cheap.
Yeah, so me and my buddies would go there, like especially after like you work out in the afternoon, and we'd grab like 2 slices, and they sold this shitty orange drink for like, it was basically like orange color and sugar, and it was like 50 cents, and you get a bottle of that and 2 slices, and you were set. And if you wanted pepperoni, every pizza they made was just cheese, and if you wanted toppings on it, what they would do is they would take that topping and throw it on the grill to get it hot, and then throw that on top of the pizza.
So now I know why you're big.
So good though. Yeah, but like, $3 for a couple slices and a drink, you're good to go. Also, you're in the city in CERN. So how big is? So I've never been to CERN, so I don't know. I'm a bit ignorant on the geography and the demographics. How big is the city, and like what's the infrastructure like, and what is like the transportation situation like in CERN? I'd love to find out. I just posted a video on my YouTube. I'll check it out. Definitely. It'll probably be in my notifications.
Surin here.
Okay.
Ubon Ratchathani.
Oh, so you border Cambodia in CERN. Nice. Good location. Hell yeah, Joe. Black coffee. That's the only way I drink it is black. So it's funny. Jib will drink at home because I make the coffee. My whole setup is really controlled as far as the temperature, the water temp, the grind, everything's really dialed in. So Jib will drink coffee here black, and we always have the same beans. But if we go out, because most of the coffee sucks, so if we go, don't get me wrong, really good cafes here. If you go to Gallery Drip or you go to Artis, fantastic.
UCC.
Yeah, UCC, you can get really good coffee. You go to like an average street cafe, milk sugar is the way they make it because the coffee is not fantastic. Oh, Joe, by the way, man, I sent you some links that Jib found for places. I sent them to you on Messenger. Let me know if those are kind of what you're looking for, and then it'll kind of give us like a dope chart of like what else like it might be right. We were walking back from the hospital the other day. I had an appointment, and we're looking at like some of the new buildings that are going up in Tonglaw. There's some interesting stuff, and I know you mentioned Tonglaw as a possible area. I think one of the links I sent you was Tonglaw.
Many.
Yeah. Agree with Joe. I've had black coffee every day for the past 46 years. Damn right.
Oh.
Never put sugar in milk. Mike's 3 and 1 are fighting. Damn right. 3 and 1 is not legit. Not coffee.
That was just easy to go. Just put it into the cup, add water, and then you can drink it.
There are coffee shops here that are like coffee carts, like on the sidewalk, and literally all they have is hot water and 3 in 1. and I'll see people go there and they will pay money for someone to put 3-in-1 in a hot cup of hot water and mix it for them. And that's it.
No, for the coffee cart here, if you order like Nescafe, it's like a instant coffee powder.
Yeah.
And then they will mix it with condensed milk and the sugar.
Yeah, and I've seen them put
and
3-in-1,
evaporate milk.
3-in-1, and then add the condensed
Well,
milk.
then it's not good. That's not a nice cart, but like the nice one, like they will mix it with their own ratio of the sugar.
Also, here, pretty decent sized city. Infrastructure is great. We built on a piece of land that she had purchased in the city because she works at TOT and wants to stay close. Nice. Yeah, I actually, I've been in the TOT IX here in Bangkok in their facility. When one of my companies used to, previous company, we had a server co-located inside TOT. I won't share the story of how the rack was not grounded and the router was not, the server was not screwed into the rack. I'll save that for another time. Hell yeah, thumbs up. And thanks guys for all the support. And I'll thank again for all you guys last week that supported me on the Buy Me a Coffee link. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you dudes. Thank you very, very much. Then great, except for the voodoo. Yeah. So the voodoo infrastructure is not good, or the voodoo itself isn't good. Army. Oh yeah, Army coffee. I'll tell you. So
what's that?
So in the U.S. Army, and Joe was in a little bit before me.
Oh,
Joe was in like
Army.
a couple of decades before.
I thought
me.
It's a brand.
No, so I was in when we had MREs. I think I don't know if you had MREs or you were still what they used to call C rations, Joe. But the MRE coffee was basically powdered coffee. And then like some people who were like, especially you'd be on FTX, some people would bring their own coffee. But like you just like add it in the water. Oh yeah, it says here like filter with your teeth. Yeah, like some guys used to talk about
filter
this.
With teeth.
So they put the grounds into the coffee before there was instant, mix it with the hot water,
okay.
and then just drink it.
What?
Yeah, but wait for the coffee to settle to the bottom and then drink it.
Why you don't have filter? Like
this is back in the day. I think Joe
you
was
want
in.
to show the fabric filter?
Joe was in the 80s. Oh, it's frozen already.
Oh, you don't have the non-frozen?
No, I don't have a not frozen
one.
So I freeze. I have a fabric filter. I pour my French press through, and it just to cycle it through, and then I freeze it every day so it doesn't get funky. Actually, Joe, I remember when I would go on FTXs in the Army when we do training out in the field. We would often they would bring out brewed coffee and they would brew like whole pots and then put it in those plastic thermal things. And that was actually pretty good. Like first thing in the morning, like a big cup of that would be great. I used to bring this like my big zebra cup I have here. Like I'd bring one of those out in the field with me. It'd be like my pack my personal like hygiene kit in it and put it in my ruck. And so I always had like a big ass cup of coffee in the morning. People used to joke with me with this big metal cup. And the coffee would be like piping hot though, so you have to wait like for it to cool down. Started with C mover to MREs. Yeah, the MREs are pretty bad, and like they have a chemical heater in them, so you have to put the water in the chemical heater, drop the food in, and then once you drop the food in the chemical heater, you can go ahead and heat everything up. But then you're supposed to put your coffee cup under the chemical heater as well to heat the coffee. But the water from the chemical heater is a no-go. You're not supposed to consume that at all. I saw the other day online, some guy was eating like an MRE from like the early 2000s. It was like a 12-year-old MRE or something. And definitely well past its expiration date. But the MRE, I think the average MRE was 4,000 calories or 3,000 calories and like 5 days worth of sodium.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, because they have to preserve it, right? It's got like a.
Oh wait, like it's like a pack of food that you go out with it.
MRE stands for meal ready to eat.
Okay, so I think the reason with high sodium is like to preserve the food, and then. If you go out to train, you sweat a lot, you walk a lot, you sweat a lot. So you need sodium replacement the amount that you lost. So it might be okay
Yeah.
to have that high level of
It
sodium.
might be. Yeah, you are definitely sweating a lot when you go out there. Keep a wool sock as a filter. Hopefully not one that you had used.
อร่อยเลย
The army socks are rough too. Like that's like the one thing like you spend money on to buy is like Army gives you like these really rough wool socks. And if you have any sense in you, you'll upgrade your socks.
Okay.
Like you spend a little bit of money and get the sea movers. The sea rations suck so bad. Yeah, the MREs aren't much better. I thought I heard that they have something new for meal replacement or for field meals in the Army. But I'll tell you what, the guys who are the cooks in the units, most of the time, like they're not really doing anything. So when they get out in the field, they bring these mobile kitchens out. Those guys have a lot of fun and they get the chance to like really cook some interesting stuff. So usually if you're like on like a really structured long-term like training exercise, like 10, 15, 20 days, the guys who are cooks will like really make some fun, interesting stuff. But a lot of the times, like if you're just going out for like a 5-day, it's MREs for 5 days. I remember one time they baked chocolate cake when we were in the field. Yeah,
wow.
It was really good. It's thin, right? Because they make it in sheets, but yeah, it was good cake. And another time they made fish and chips. You know, they'll do some fun stuff if they get the chance. But those are the guys who too. They'll get the chance to go back to base and restock, whereas like everyone else is kind of in the suck. Yeah.
So one question.
Yeah.
When you go out for training, like 15 days, as you say, how many times do you have shower?
0. You bring baby wipes with you, and you use those baby wipes to kind of clean the important areas.
No shower at all?
No.
How can you survive?
It's like you're filthy too, because you're in the dirt every morning. You're sweating. North Carolina summers are just like Bangkok.
Oh.
Super humid, super hot. I remember one time we were on a field exercise and there was women in our unit and we're coming back and I think we were only out there for like 8 days, and coming back, they put you all, we call them cattle cars. They're basically like trucks with like just benches, like a songtel, but for military. And then if you're lucky, you get a seat on the edges and then everyone else sits in the middle on the floor. And there was a girl who definitely had a yeast infection. And it had probably been festering for a while because the whole truck smelled like bad cheese. Definitely not the best. I felt bad for whoever it was because obviously they must have been embarrassed. But
yeah,
it was so strong that you just couldn't tell who it was. I'm sure all the girls knew who it was. And the meat patty. Yeah, I remember. I would always get the vegetarian ones when I was in the Army, the vegetarian MREs, and just because they were like the most palatable to eat. But I remember one of my friends they called it beefsteak. It was basically like meatloaf, but mixed with like some type of binder.
I like meatloaf.
Yeah, but it's mixed with like some type of gluten binder, like some type of like high gluten flour to make it look more like a steak. Okay. And so it's not rough meatloaf like you would mix in and then cook. It was like they would almost like emulsify it like it was going to be a sausage, and then mix it with like some type of gluten and then like boil it and then put it in this package with sauce and seasoning and like vacuum seal it. I remember one of my friends was just eating it like a candy bar. He's like, "This is the worst thing, but it's what I got." He's like, "I'm going to become vegetarian for the next FTX," because the 9 times out of 10, the vegetarian one is pasta.
Okay.
Right? So it's like there's 2 choices, like rice and beans and pasta, but most of them are this pasta with just red sauce and vegetables.
Okay.
It's like just little pieces of like frozen vegetable, like corn and pea, but it's easy to eat. And like you just rip the corner off and like suck it out like a Slurpee. And good to go. Or sometimes you get the cheese pack with the pasta and you could mix them together. But yeah, the beefsteak and then the chicken breast was looked very questionable. They're very flat and they were all the same shape. Oh, Joe also knew that girl from the Army with the yeast infection. Same. I'm sure it happened. Joe was a medic. Joe was an Army medic. So I'm sure he was the one that, you know, you see like all the rough stuff. Actually, I remember This is a horrible story. I probably shouldn't tell this. I'm going to tell it anyway. So I was in basic training, and you do like your final FTX. It's like 5 days, right? It's not a big deal, but you're eating MREs like 3 times a day. And the drill sergeants like really have accountability for stuff. So you have to eat, they make sure you eat every meal. And then it's like I want to say it's like a 40-kilometer hike out or march out, and then 40 kilometers back. And like that big march back is like your big kind of like, that's your finish. Like you've completed the FTX for 5 days. You finish basic and you get back and they have a meal ready for you, like a hot meal.
Wow.
And it's like you get back at like 4 a.m. and or like 1 a.m, and you eat and you shower, and it's like supposed to be like the end of like that's your last big thing for basic.
Okay.
And you clean your weapons and you go to bed. And so I remember getting back, and I hadn't gone to the bathroom for like 5 days. I'd just been eating MREs like 3 a day, and just drinking a ton of water. And I finally, like that night, I woke up in the middle of the night and had to go to the bathroom. It was just like the worst thing. I was like so hard, and like I ended up like I was like bleeding into the toilet. I was like, oh. And so I went to see no bum guns, right? So you got to wipe it. And I remember I go to see the medic the next day, and he's like, "The fuck were you doing?" I was like, "I just ate MREs, and I just never went." He's like, he's like, "Put this ointment on, you'll be fine." Yeah. So back in the day. The first MREs, the meat came freeze dried. Oh, so you had to rehydrate it and then heat it. Oh, that's not fantastic. That's not a good look at all. Freeze dried meat. Oh, I can't imagine that was good. We had I never ate the meat out of the MREs. I thought about trying the chicken once. I was like, it just doesn't look right. Especially if it didn't get super hot. It would look like really gelatinous. And like when it got to a different temperature, it looked more normal.
Because it has like a gelatin from the meat, from the skin.
I think they inject like other gelatin into it, and then it's sealed up, and so it had to get really hot to work. So do you have the chemical heaters in the early ones, Joe, or was it you just added water of some type? So I think we're going to eat lunch today before we go out, right?
Yes, we don't want to take off the marks outside the house.
Yeah, especially in that area that we're going to. Even though there's that one restaurant that we like over by 863, I don't want to eat in a restaurant while we're out.
Yeah.
It's dinner time here. So it's just breakfast time here. Well, past breakfast time. Jib already had her chocolate cake. What is that called? Moist cake? Moist chocolate cake or soft cake? Yeah. Dinner time. So you ordering some Papa John's, Steve? Or getting some San Francisco pizza? White pizza with broccoli? I don't know if you guys watch Binging with Babish, but he did a thing the other day with like white pizza with broccoli on it.
What is white pizza?
It's a white pizza has like a bechamel instead of a red sauce. And then cheese on top of the bechamel. Yeah. And then usually some Parmesan. But yeah, I think we're not going to eat the restaurant. So I want to get Vietnamese sandwich today because I can chew again after the
Are you sure?
Emergency. Yeah.
But you not chew on the right side.
No, not on the right, but it was just the soft bread. Or the chewy bread. And I don't want to get the burger because I'm trying not to eat the fake meat. So not so much. So I want to get the banh mi. You can get the beef one if you want, or the pork one.
No, I'll get an egg roll. That's small.
Yeah, that's just fried though. You don't want some veggie on the sandwich.
But sandwich is baked.
Yeah, but you don't have to eat the bread. Just eat the beef and the veggie. Well, I guess that eliminates the point of eating the sandwich, right? No heaters. Oh, no heaters. God, that sucked. So you have to eat those MREs cold or just add hot water? So yeah, dinner time in San Fran, right? So what time is it in San Fran? I think I have that on my clock, world clock. Oh, 6:38. It's not bad. 6:30. Not after your story. Sorry, I ruined dinner for you, Steve. Pizza's always good. Steve's fasting tonight. He just Steve has to start IF now. No eating till tomorrow. Best MRE was the chicken a la king. I don't think they didn't have the chicken a la king. They had some other chicken when I was in. And then, like I said, the beefsteak was everyone's least popular. They had a pork one that kind of looked like the McRib, which McDonald's makes the McRib, which is like a pork sandwich shaped like ribs, but no bones in it.
Okay.
I don't know if there's another YouTube channel called Unemployed Wine Guy. I don't know if you guys have seen this. He's a sommelier. I don't know if he's a real sommelier. He's just pretending, but he'll sample like very common beverages like White Claw or Four Loko or Mad Dog 2020 from home, and he samples it like he's a sommelier, like sips it, swishes it, spits it, and gives it like a review, and it's absolutely hilarious. Oh, gotta love time. Hey, have a good day, man. I'll definitely check out the photos of your pizza, which I'm jealous about, and to your house. Have a good one, brother. Hey guys, we'll be live streaming on Monday, our usual Monday as well. Steve, I'm sorry I ruined food for you for the day. I apologize. I didn't take into account the San Francisco dinner time, man. My bad. Probably not a story I should have told like any time of the day. I knew I shouldn't have told that story. Just out here ruining people's meals. And Joe, but on the other hand, Joe's like, yeah, chicken a la king. Joe, did you get the candy snack in your MREs back in the day? Would you get the we used to get like M&Ms or like Snickers bars in the MREs. And the best would be like if you got the peanut butter pack and like M&Ms, because you always had crackers in the MRE, so you could put the peanut butter on the cracker, then put the M&Ms in the peanut butter and eat that.
Oh, high calorie.
Butt bar. Well, all the MREs are supposed to be super high cal, right? Yeah. So you're supposed to, like, you're constantly, like I said, out there moving. Even eating 3 MREs a day, I lost weight on every FTX. The butt bar. Yeah, I probably shouldn't put that up because Steve's still trying to recover from the previous story. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, this might be the arm for the other monitor that's coming in. We got a few things coming in from Lazada. You can hear the bell. Jib's heading outside. Oh, good food store. So Steve, I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, food. Everyone loves food. So Steve, what is the best other than Papa John's? Like, what do you think the best pizza place in San Fran is? Like, is there like something that you think in the Bay Area that stands out? And then also additionally to that question, supplemental, what would you say the best sort of food, like on average, if you're going to get something? Oh yeah, it's the monitor arm. If you're going to get something from a restaurant, like your go-to type of food in San Fran, what would it be? Or in the Bay Area? Because I'm trying to think, like every time I've been there was like in New England, like in Rhode Island, like pizza's your go-to, right? Or Italian food's your go-to. Like when you're in the South, like Southern food or soul food, right? But yeah, I can't think of what it would be for Cali as far as food wise. I remember last time I was there, my buddy brought me to a place called Burmese Star, which is supposed to be Burmese food. And I've been to Myanmar, I've been to Burma, and the food sucks. Other than this fermented green tea salad they make, the food is not that good. So definitely a rough go-to. But that food, Burmese, I think it's called Burma Star or Burmese Star in San Francisco, has really good really good vegan food. Because remember, we had something called samosa soup, which I guess is similar to the pad thai soup. Because I'd never had anything called samosa soup, but it was basically deconstructed samosas in soup form. The butt bar is a fudge bar with silicone to chocolate. It was not good. Vietnamese or Hunan can't be beat here. Vietnamese food, really? So like pho and like banh mi sandwiches, all like legit in San Fran. I never had Vietnamese food when I was in the Bay Area. Hunan style as well, Hunan Chinese. So what's that like? Because I'm unfamiliar with that style of food. Hunan. I wish there was more Malaysian restaurants in the U.S. Thai is in LA is excellent, but only average in the Bay Area. You know, my buddy Uncle Bob lived in LA. He was a music producer. He lived in LA for years, and he always said the Thai food in LA was really good also. And like there's like a Thai town in LA that he used to go to, had all his little Thai girlfriends that he would show up to. Yeah, I can see that in LA. Korean food in LA is off the chain as well, like really good Korean food.
Seems like lots of Asian in LA, right?
Yeah.
I think like a big population of Thai who lives in LA.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's why you're saying like the Thai food in LA is legit. I'll tell you, the worst Thai food I ever had was in Cleveland. When I lived in Cleveland, it was really bad. Like they were just Chinese people who owned a Thai restaurant because it was like a popular thing at the time, and everything had soy sauce in it, and like pad thai with soy sauce.
Soy sauce and Thai food.
Yeah. A lot of times in the U.S., pad thai will have chicken, white meat chicken,
shrimp, okay, but not chicken.
White meat chicken breast in pad thai.
No,
no,
so wrong.
With cube.
So wrong.
Just called fried noodles, right?
Yeah, it's called whatever noodle, but it's not pad thai.
Yeah, it definitely didn't even have like tamarind. In the sea, we got matches and salt and pepper. Yeah, we got a bottle of Tabasco in the MREs and a little salt and pepper pack. No matches though. My father told me in Vietnam the rations used to come with a cigarette for after your meal, a cigarette and matches that they would smoke after they ate. The largest Vietnamese community in the country is San Jose. The food is so outrageous. Nice. You know, we can get like really good food. I remember one time this was a shocker. I was in Omaha for work, and I had really good Thai food at a place that was like a Thai restaurant. And so like everyone else was going out to like some steakhouse, and I was like, I just want to chill and be like alone, like all the other guys who were there for the same training. And so I think it was like I was there for like a Cisco class for work. We were getting new CMTSs. And so there was a Thai place. I rolled out to this Thai restaurant, and like it was actually owned by a Thai guy. And so his daughter was the waitress. When she came out, I was like, "Oh, Sawadee krap," like talk a little bit of Thai. And she's like, "Oh, you know, you've been to Thailand?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been." Her father comes out and starts talking to me. And so he had moved to America like 30 years before that, married a white woman, had kids, opened this. He worked like his whole career, then retired and opened this restaurant. And then so he was like, "Oh, what have you eaten in Thailand?" Like where he was from like central Thailand.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
like, "Oh, like, you know, I've been to Isan, I've been to Bangkok, you know, this is what I've had, and like I like." And so he's like, "All right," he's like, takes the menu from me. He's like, "All right, just don't worry about it." And he goes back in the kitchen, just starts sending stuff out to me, like somtam, pad thai, like drunken noodles. I think he sent me like 3 noodle dishes. You know, somtam, like satay chicken, like, but like legit, like all. He's like, "This isn't the stuff that we can sell to white people in Omaha." He's like, "They don't know." He's like, "They won't eat it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you go to Thai restaurant and you start to speak Thai and no reaction back, then
yeah, it's not a good look.
Yeah, they're not Thai.
So LA is the largest Thai community in the US. Hundreds of great restaurants. Nice. Yeah, no, they have like a Thai town in LA, right, Steve? I think like you know, when you get like a community like that, like in Rhode Island, there's a lot of Cambodians.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of really good Cambodian food, right? But there's no there's no Thai people really in Rhode Island, so like not a ton of Thai restaurants that are good.
Okay.
Actually, there used to be in Rhode Island. There was one good Thai restaurant owned by a Thai girl and her husband, American dude, but it was like in the middle of nowhere, Rhode Island. It was like this town. What the hell is it called? Up in the north, I think it was like Foster or something. But it's like this little Foster Gloss or something like that. It's this little like bodunk, like rural town in Rhode Island.
How can they keep that business running?
People would drive from all over the state to go to this restaurant.
Oh, really?
Rhode Island's small. It's smaller than Bangkok. It's like you can drive one end to the other 45 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that small?
Yeah. And so,
okay.
But this place, and they only had like 6 tables, and rent was cheap because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But it was the best Thai food in Rhode Island, like hands down. And the girl she was a cook at a Thai restaurant in Bangkok for a while, is what she said. And then she owned a restaurant in her hometown. And then she met this dude. They got married. She moved to America, opened a Thai restaurant, and the food was just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Sorry that I can't cook.
It's okay. Yeah, Jib definitely cannot cook. She even messes up instant noodles. Oh, so Florida's big on barbecue, Joe? Barbecue alligator, maybe? Yeah, at Thai Town you can get Thai Lay's chips. Oh wow, with the like the squid flavored chips and all of that. Nice. Oh, dry barbecue. So it's like just a rub. So dry barbecue is no sauce, right? It's just rub and then smoked or so they smoked barbecue there in Florida, Joe, or grilled? Like how do you guys do it? Like wood grilled, or you just like smoke it like in a smoker? That's one of the interesting things with the barbecue is like the different ways they do it in America. It's kind of like somtum here. Right, so like every province has their own style of somtum,
like a recipe of sauce,
yeah,
and how they grill it.
Yeah, so like Joe's saying they have dry barbecue where he's at, but yeah, Jib burns water, absolutely. I'm the one who has to cook. We have a wok. I'm the one who walks it.
I can do stir fry morning glory.
Yeah, that's about it. And fried egg, but I do a better Thai style fried egg than Jib. Oh, so yeah, so they do a smoker and it's a dry rub. Nice. I used to like dry rub barbecue, but my favorite was always like the vinegar based sauces, like barbecue with a vinegar base. I like, yeah, definitely Kansas City style for sure. Nice. Yeah, so my buddy used to have a smokehouse out here in Ekamai called Ash Kickers that did pretty good brisket, ribs, pork, and they would slow smoke it like 20 hours. They went out of business though. Probably bad location, not the right menu for the market, I would imagine.
Maybe like a Thai, not really like a family with smoked meat like that. So we just like normally we just cook like fresh meat. We just marinate and like maybe overnight, and then we just grill it.
Thai people leave a piece of pork out in the sun for 10 days.
No, one day.
So Joe said he's gonna cook Florida style barbecue when he gets here. Oh, someone's calling me.
Jay.
Oh, he's calling me. I'll have to call him back. Decline. So actually, we wrap up the live stream. So I was hoping Mike would swing by. Maybe he'll come by at 10. Oh, so Steve says attended a Thai cooking school on last trip. Send Jib. Have you guys ever seen the book? I mean, clearly this was the most brilliant marketing ever for a Thai cooking book called Cooking with Poo.
Poo. Her name is Poo. Poo is a crab.
And she's really famous in Thailand, right?
I don't know her. Maybe she's famous among like a foreigner.
Yeah, I've seen like her advertised on like Thai cooking like vacations.
Maybe for tourists, but not for Thai who live here.
So like Thais don't really know her?
No. Like Thai know like mực dang eh.
Oh yeah, well, he's like Iron Chef, right?
I don't know. Can you call him Iron Chef? But he's like Gordon Ramsay of Thailand.
Yeah.
That type.
You guys ever seen the video with McDang and Gordon Ramsay?
That's fun.
Yeah. And
You should have seen like, oh, can you call that Thai food?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
It's like, this is not pad Thai.
You should
If you
see
watch Gordon
it.
Ramsay making pad Thai, it'll be Gordon and McDang.
หมึกแดง
McDang.
start with M.
Yeah.
หมึก
Oh,
is
Mukdang.
it mean red ink.
Yeah.
Red ink. หมึก
But
แดง
if you watch the episode where Gordon makes pad Thai and it's him and Gordon and he's like,
I
this
think
is
he
good.
cooked like a three dishes.
Yeah.
And Mukdang father is like a who tastes the food and critique it because his father like well known for what you call like a guy who go around and taste the food and say it's good or bad.
Critic.
He's
He's
well
like
known
famous
for
critic,
yeah.
right? For Bangkok Post.
I don't know if he has his own like a badge to give to the restaurant. It's like a you guys have a Michelin,
Okay.
but he's like Thai Michelin, let's say.
But yeah, the one with Gordon and they cook the pad Thai, it's like hilarious. Like, this is good, but it's cannot call pad Thai. It's true though. It's like real pad. Like if you have pad Thai, like from a legit pad Thai vendor, right? It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be sour, salty.
Oh, remember pad Thai from Pachaniwet auntie?
Yeah.
That's very good.
In the paper.
The auntie who make ขนมชั้น
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Like I think her sauce is
everything she makes is good.
Yeah, very good.
So we used to have a market, and when we lived in Pachaniwet, there was a market right behind the condo that was so good. The food was out of this world, and like probably 50% of the vendors were just like OGs in the street food game, and there was one auntie who made like desserts, and then for a little while she was selling pad Thai. That was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like mango sticky rice.
Yeah. Oh, her mango sticky rice. Because the way she made her sticky rice was like the best mango sticky rice I ever had. It's sweet.
She has like a way
salty.
how to like pick the right mango. It's just right.
Yeah.
Like when you eat it, it's sweet, no sour at all.
Yeah. And then she had like her khanom chun was also like perfect layers, just the right balance of flavor. Like a lot of times we'll see khanom chun's like my favorite Thai dessert. Second to mango sticky rice, but you can always get khanom chun. You cannot always get mango sticky rice.
Yes, it's seasonal.
Yeah, and so like you'll see the khanom chun with like clearly the fake color. It's like neon green, but hers is like the real pandan color, like really muted, and the coconut flavor is super intense. That's one of the reasons I love to go fabric shopping at Sampang because the dessert shops there are really
uncle
good.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really good. Oh, so Steve almost went to Cooking with Pooh's class. It's in Pattaya, right, Steve? So I gave my wife a cookbook about 8 years ago, how to serve cock. She was not happy. Cock is word for chicken.
I thought he means something else. Sorry, Joe.
So we have an alcoholic drink here called black cock. And there's also red cock. Yeah.
Just smell it. It's hurt my nose.
Yeah, it's basically grain alcohol with some type of flavoring in it. Always fun. Always fun.
Guys, like food here, like ready to eat food, it's pretty cheap here. So like most of the Bangkokian girls like me, we don't cook.
Yeah.
Because like for a small family, like just two of us in the house, it's not worth your time. And like you go to shop at the fresh market and then cook, just like afterward, you just like stop by the food cart and grab something because like food here is like pretty good.
Even like if you go by an office area in the morning, you see most people going into the office buying breakfast. Like they'll buy like a soy milk in the bag with cereal or yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, Cooking with Pooh is in Bangkok, not Pattaya.
Oh la.
Yeah, I always thought she was in Pattaya. Red cock is overused. Indeed, or used in the wrong way, and that's why, or used in the wrong place, and that's why it's red.
This is all adult.
Yeah, it's
right?
very
it's
adult live stream.
Audience, all adult, right?
Very adult audience.
Okay.
But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Completely. Oh, I was saying the desserts in Sumpang are a lot of the food. Like I love going there to shop for fabric, but a lot of the food shops are really good. Like as far as like the snacks or getting the chestnuts too.
Oh, Joe,
Roasted
when you
chestnuts.
hear like you should try gluey cake.
What's that?
It's a fried banana.
Yeah.
The one that I slice and
Really?
dip in a batter and
Yep.
fry.
Yeah,
Deep fry it.
definitely those
So
are
it's like
definitely good.
like you have a French fry, right? Deep fry. But here we have banana.
Yeah. And bugs. Deep fried crickets. Deep fried crickets are like the Thai French fry.
Not really. Not everyone eat bugs here.
They're good though. They're not bad. Though some bugs are better than others. When my buddy Mike and his wife Adrian were here for their honeymoon, we went out with them a few times. And one night we took them to Muay Thai, and another night we went to Khao San Road because they really wanted to see it. And we were like, "Why do you want to go to Khao San Road?" Like, "Oh, we heard it's so great." But they were selling the bug vendors there, and so like we bought some bugs and we're like playing around like we're eating them. He's like, "Wow, you guys like really?" Jib's like, "Yeah, the silkworms are good." And I convinced Mike to buy this big water bug. It looks like a jumbo cockroach. It was all juicy inside.
So actually, that one is like the smaller one of that bug.
Yeah,
will give like a good smell. Like not good smell. I would say it's specific smell that Thai put it in the shrimp paste, like as a dipping. It give a like very specific smell.
Yeah, Mike was freaking out though. He's like, "You've never." I was like, "I ate that one." He's like, "You've never had this. Come on." He's like, "I'm like, oh yeah." He took a big bite out of it. It was all gooey inside. He was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Got my appetite back. Signing off on live stream. Yeah, Steve, man, thank you for coming by. Enjoy dinner, whatever you decide to get. And right as he gets his appetite back, we're talking about big water bugs. Sorry, dude. I think with that, I mean, it's too bad Mike didn't make it by, unfortunately. But I think we'll wrap it up. What do you think, Jib? Wrap it up, get some work done, have some lunch, and then go out fabric sourcing. Shoot a little vlog about fabric sourcing. Yeah. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. Joe says he eats bugs. Eat bugs. I eat bugs before crickets. I think crickets are legit. Crickets are okay to eat. Oh, he ate crickets before is what he means. Yeah, the crickets are fine, especially if they're fried. They're good. Like
and have to put like a pepper and the soy sauce or Maggi sauce.
Maggi, yeah. I think you get anything bigger than a cricket, it gets a little sketchy. And scorpions are gimmick. No one eats the scorpions. Their shells are too thick.
Eat a grasshopper.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Thank you for coming by. We're going to go out do some fabric source. We'll have some lunch, then fabric source. Have a great weekend. We'll see you at the live stream on Monday. Keep taking action. Make your ideas reality.